Oh shoot, I've got recording. Well, if we're all ready to move forward, I just blew up the lizard. Let's keep moving, I guess.
As we pass by, Shiori will just mage hand give it like bury it, even though it's completely dust now. She feels really bad and sense of self-pity that hopefully he's, I don't know, in lizard heaven, wherever that might be.
Lizard heaven. I think if we're in Japan, it'd be like a reincarnation system, I'm guessing.
Hopefully the lizard got reincarnated into something that hopefully will not get shot at next time.
I mean, it follows through still with the Pantheon, essentially.
Is the game still on pause for everybody else, or is it just me?
My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
It's okay, I forgot to start recording till a minute ago, so same here. My brain not worky. Oh. Let's keep moving.
Alright. You continue onwards, and thunder begins rolling in the distance. Just the low hums of... And you notice the sky has gotten a little bit darker as you guys have been traveling. Clouds rolling through.
Oh, great. Looks like the bad weather's coming in.
Oh, you should use this as nothing. You haven't seen a monsoon yet, have you?
A what?
A monsoon.
Kind of blinks at you. Was that some sort of weird sex position or something?
Well... Anyways. I'm not answering that. It's probably.
Yeah, probably is.
It's a great big storm, lasts for weeks, floods villages, destroys damn near everything.
Oh, you fucking surface dwellers in your goddamn weather. Things are so much better on the ground. I'll tell you one thing. You never see a dwarven caves get flooded by any sort of big, huge rainstorm. I'll tell you that much.
Well, your dams bust eventually.
What the, you mocking dwarven craftsmanship. Nothing busts the dwarven dam. Except the dwarf.
And that's happened...
Generally during wars.
Okay, so it does happen.
Oh yeah, when we try to kill each other.
That's respectful. It doesn't look like a monsoon, not yet at least, so that's some good news, otherwise we'd be trudging through mud for the next week.
I suppose so. Hey, you oracle lady! Did you see this coming or what?
I don't predict weather.
Some oracle.
No kidding. Completely useless! Bet you can't even tell us what the temperature is.
But you can't even say what I'm thinking.
I'm an oracle of prophecies, generally, and fate.
Well, wouldn't it be useful to be able to predict the fates of farmers by knowing what the weather was?
Yes. But generally it's for more upper class citizens that I would be protecting the fates and such for.
Oh, I see, you're a classist as well.
Not exactly. That's just how I was taught.
Wait, it's
Go to
something
school
you're
to be a
taught?
Indeed.
Like there are schools for prophets.
Not exactly a school. A temple.
A dojo.
A dojo. Ain't that some sort of bird?
No, that's the dodo.
Oh.
I ain't seen one in a while, but you know.
I heard they were tasty.
How long until we get there?
Less than a day. In which you start to hear, after about 3-4-ish hours. That's day, hour. Oh, also it should be. After which you start to hear the sound of fighting and crackling lightning in the background. But it doesn't seem to be coming. The lightning doesn't seem to be coming from the sky. You just seem to hear it further down the road.
Sounds like Shiori's fighting down that way.
That's what I was gonna say.
Does it sound like that?
A
Does it sound like Does it sound like a gun?
Not quite. No.
Does it sound like a
Doesn't sound
thunder
like a
gun?
gun.
Does it sound
No,
like a
it sounds like chirping electricity more than anything.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, like,
Chirping?
yeah.
You know how like
The
the crackling
Like the
sound,
crackle,
not the
yeah.
booming. It's the crackling sound of electricity, not the booming sound of lightning, of thunder.
So it's lightning, not thunder.
Yes.
Okay.
But you hear it in the distance. Grumbles at least. Those.
Oh, for
Just
love!
the sounds of people fighting.
I'm so tired of this. Okay, they're fighting down there. Do we just want to like wait and see who wins, or do we really want to bother going over there?
And me buying a perfectly good fight? Let's go.
Oh, of course the meathead wants to move forward.
They might need our help.
We should help, yeah.
What he said.
Yes, of course! We need to help the innocent people in trouble! Why didn't I think of that?
Grandmas, it's okay. I know you're still tired from the day. I pat his back.
Oh, yes! Tired! That must be the reason!
The savior of the village, aren't you?
I have to
I know,
help!
he's so nice.
Oh,
I'm
yes!
so honored to be among his presence.
Quick, let's get moving! We have to hurry! People are in danger! And you just see Grumbles kind of like he's... You know, that thing where they start running real fast forward, but he's leaning backwards like he doesn't want to go.
Ricky will take off at a brisk jog towards the village.
Then you don't currently see a village in sight. Anyways, go ahead.
I could send a little friend to try to look in the sky for us to see if he sees anything. Or not, that's fine.
I mean, yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea.
I'm no one for strategy, but knowing what's up ahead will always help.
Okay. I just made him last night, so this is gonna be a test run. I apologize if he short circuits, but Shiori reaches like into her little bag, and she pulls out a little trinket owl, and she like winds a little key piece on his back a little bit, and he starts like jiggling what's the right word? Jiggling and moving a little bit as he like fires up. This is Yoku. He is my friend. And Yoku, would you please look in the distance for us?
Yoku flies on ahead.
He'll fly up too, just to see what he can see from the sky.
You see a number of Shurin people fighting with what seems to be lightning elementals of some kind. They're all just like engaged in combat, and you see a number of people have already fallen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're engaged in two sides of the battle at the moment.
Does it look like there's any reasons, or is it just like they were like stopped on the road? Was it like how do I think the situation happened, or do I not know?
It's hard for you to say. You can't really tell what exactly how it started.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like they might have been like within the area, and the elementals came from have come from towards where you're headed, so like from behind them.
Okay. Sure, will relay this information and just say, it doesn't look that good. Come here, Yoku. And Yoku climbs into the bag in safety. Well, it's lightning elementals, which might be bad for me being able to, shoot them. But we should rush with her. There's people already down.
Yes, of course, we need to rush. People are in danger, and we must give them all the assistance we can.
Couldn't have said it myself.
Yes!
I'll fight for that reason.
You'll fight for any reason.
Damn right.
Alrighty. I assume it's Ryuriki, Shinsetsu, Asura at the front, and then Grumbles, Kaneko, and Shiori at the back.
If only because Grumbles can't keep up.
Right before we enter combat, I wanna cast two things.
Okay.
As they're walking up.
What are you casting?
Super bullet.
I'm giving a spell to Ryuiki if he's letting me cast it on him.
Is it what I think it is?
Yes.
Deal.
I give him jump.
Let's fucking go.
And I will on myself cast Seeking Projectile, because I don't think jump's concentration, so yeah, I'll keep Seeking Projectile on myself. And then that's it, I'm ready.
I have an important question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get an uncommon or a rare item?
Uncommon.
Uncommon.
Okay. Just want to double check. Okay, I've got to reduce something. Because for some reason, whenever I imported it, it gave it a weird mishmash of the uncommon and rare abilities. I just happened to look up the item effect and read through it and realized that the importer got it incorrect.
Weird.
It's not perfect.
No. It was just giving me, it was acting like it was a +1 weapon, which it's not.
What'd you get?
Slumbering Dragon's Wrath.
Is there anything I want to cast in advance? Probably not. Nothing that has very long casting time, so I'll wait till the combat's... Oh! I didn't realize Spirit Guardians was a 10-minute spell.
Yep.
That is way more powerful than I thought it was in that case.
Oh, I do gain 4 ranges at level 6. I didn't realize.
But yeah, not blowing my spirits guardians before I know what we're going into.
Hey. In the distance, you see people engaged on against two elementals on the north and two on the south, as they're just kind of fighting. You see there appears to be some sort of like female-like apparition of lightning just hovering above them. And they're just engaged in combat at the moment.
Gotcha. So these are the female aspiration, these things here.
Yeah, and then you do see most of the soldiers have grabbed, have like wooden weapons and are fighting. They're like wooden samurai. Like if they're fighting in melee, they have like wooden, like bokens.
Yeah, they both. Yeah.
And I would like everyone to roll me initiative.
Back at the bottom, back in the rear where Grumbles belongs.
It's because he couldn't keep up, remember?
Yep. Man, to be fair, we're not exactly rolling crazy good on the initiative right now.
No. I rolled exactly middle.
I don't like that I'm first.
He hasn't rolled, oh, well, yeah, with a 12, yeah, that's a little off-putting. But we just have to hope that the, lightning elementals don't get a higher than a 12. I mean, that should be easy, right? It's basically guaranteed.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
shit!
Christ.
That's
Well-
so.
Well, that first one got combat inspiration, I'm assuming. Dude, even Shinsetsu rolled below me.
The whole
Don't
party.
worry.
Yeah, it
What
does.
the
We're
fuck?
just letting the resistance fighters tank for us.
Oh, the owl isn't there, by the way. He's back in the bag. I'm not going
Oh,
to use
he's
it for
back in the bag?
combat. Yeah. No.
Your big metal
He's
owl
gonna be-
fighting lightning creatures? Yeah, probably not a
No,
good idea.
no, I'm not gonna hurt my boy. I just made him.
But I use it with a projectile if needs permit.
No.
Blast!
Also, I'm gonna say we're probably not gonna be all grouped up next to each other when we walk in, because we learned our lesson last time when we all got hypnotic patterned.
I don't learn lessons. I dropped out of school.
Moving.
I'd probably be behind the party, so I'd be over there. I am the slowest. I assume they would have ran ahead of me.
I think I'm the fastest.
Oh, you're definitely the
think-
fastest. You're a barbarian.
I don't know if Blade Singer grants anything.
If it does, it'd only be for a minute.
I'm pretty sure it's for 10 minutes, isn't it?
I thought the Blade Singer was a minute. The concentration thing was a
Is it?
minute. I could be wrong.
Hey,
Oh, it
just
is
in
a minute.
time.
It is a minute. Where is 10 minutes?
Just in time for what?
We're about to
about-
die.
To die.
We're fighting a bunch of lightning elementals.
Well,
and-
we won't die. Just a lot of individuals who are not us are going to die while we watch.
And sad floating lightning ladies, by the pictures at least.
Storm Maidens by the naming.
Storm is not maidenless after all.
Damn it. He's conscripted his maidens.
For a while?
maidenless behavior, and you know it.
This is made.
Unfortunately, guess you're not a maiden.
Me, you sure that's what that means?
I mean, I don't think. I mean, depending on what definition of maiden you're using.
In
Made in
any
China.
case,
Made in China.
oh, and the blesses for the combat inspiration that it has.
Oh, okay. I was like, holy shit, they cast Bless Hell.
No.
We're going to die.
As you guys kind of run up towards the situation, you see in the distance, people kind of yell out in, I guess, Shuren. They call out, "Sir, there are people coming up, helping. I assume, maybe."
It's a coin toss, honestly.
You see him kind of like turn his head for a moment. All of you! If you're assisting us, can you help her down there? He kind of points his like sword momentarily in the direction of Alea.
Okay, as he does it, I have to do this because the gag. Grumbles goes, "What is that gobbledygook is saying?" Because I don't speak Shuren.
He needs help down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just did probably yell, I'm sure, considering everyone in the party looks
Shuren, except
Well,
like
the
glance,
Grumbles.
except the dwarf.
The dwarf.
But he's also in the back.
And tiny.
We can just say it's instinct.
I mean, you would speak in your native language first.
Okay, lightning elemental's turn.
Let's go. Goodbye, soldiers.
One attack on each of them.
I have a feeling
Both
we
Two
just,
critical hits.
Hitting.
they're probably both
that
dead.
one. Taking 21 points of damage.
Yeah, he's dead.
He is still
No, he's probably like a level 4 fighter, probably.
11 points of damage.
Okay, they're not standard soldiers. I just know the soldier like class, like I think has only got like 20 hit points or something.
The one I normally use is the veteran.
Yeah, but there's an actual soldier class. Like there is an actual creature called soldier.
His first attack with his Bokken hits, doing. That should be 5 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, fuck him up, guys.
Which is actually.
Wouldn't it be bludgeoning damage?
True, bludgeoning damage. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's just
so
really
rude.
good with that weapon.
If that wooden stick was sharpened with it has a sharp edge. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
This one is going to make 2 attacks onto her. First attack hitting for that is Jesus 25 points of damage. Well, 17 and then 25 at the top of her turn, but I'm not gonna.
Wait.
Not 20. Yeah, 8 on the top of the turn.
Okay.
Wait, you didn't roll for the guy who first spoke. This one.
They're engaged in a different combat that I'm not gonna do, so they're just fighting.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
just
we're
fighting.
we're not involved. That's why the monsters aren't on the initiative counter.
Oh, I didn't know.
I should
Sully-
move up that way and attack, so that way he has to include them in the initiative counter.
This guy's gonna cast an aid on those 3. each of them extra 5 health. Scout's gonna make a shot. Hissing. Second shot
What?
hitting. Kanako, it's your turn.
Sorry?
What was that, sorry?
Oh. So the Storm Maiden is part of the Elemental group,
Yeah.
and how many hits do they do on either of the two?
They only hit this one like twice.
How many hits? I'm just gonna do a standard Reno. Just a chill touch on the blessed one.
Okay. That hits for 11 points of necrotic damage.
The storm rots.
1 second. If my turn comes around, I just gotta take the dogs outside.
Yep.
Don't worry, it won't be for a while.
Is that the end of your turn? Okay. Just 50 feet long.
Oh, actually, how do the two people in front of him look?
They look. One's bloodied, the other one's like injured.
So they might. One of them might want to run away. Or they might want to move. Or are they wanting to stay?
They're still engaged in combat.
So they don't want to. They don't look like they want to retreat.
Who, the elementals?
No.
The people? No.
And what pushed him back then?
Yeah, okay. You see this maiden kind of fly through the air, about 30 feet. 120 feet, yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's not. I need everyone to roll me a strength save in that
Oh, that line? Okay.
line.
Hey, Grumbles is spared.
Wait, does that hit me or does that?
No, it doesn't.
Let's go!
Oh,
Dude, oh yeah, you're not raging yet.
No, it's not been my turn.
I love
I
it
see,
how
it's
the
gonna be
wizard
one of those.
succeeded, but the barbarian failed.
It's gonna be one of those sessions today.
What's an interesting line there?
as you see this wall of wind rise up from the ground as it's conjured up, buffeting all of you within its path. Asura, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Everyone else takes 23.
Easy.
Ow.
Oh, this is going swimmingly already. Big Bud, what's wrong with you? A bunch of wind knocking you over.
How much damage?
23.
23.
I'm blooded.
Oh, don't forget your con save. Oh,
I already
you did.
con
Yeah,
saved.
you did. Sorry. Ow, yeah.
I
Fucking
already
quagmire
con
over here.
Okay. Ryuriki, it's your turn.
So I have an important question about the jump spell. Because it is a spell effect, would that still let me jump the full distance of it?
Yes, but you can't jump longer than your movement allows.
That's a contradictory sentence there.
Like, if you jump at the end of your movement, you don't get extra movement.
Yeah, in other words, you're...
But if I'm... Okay, so...
Basically, the jump spell lets you jump a chasm of 40 feet, but it doesn't give you an extra 40 feet worth of movement.
Basically, it's good for out of combat, sucks for in combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It looks cool in combat, though.
It does look cool like that.
It looks cool, but doesn't do much. Unless you're like
Unless
fighting,
there's some-
unless there are like chasms and shit in the way, or you gotta like jump vertically to go catch a guy who's flying. For example, you could jump up and go hit the stupid fly lady.
I don't know if I have that much jump, unfortunately.
Your jump is tripled with this. It's insane.
High
but
jump
it's
is
still
completely
limited
different.
By his movement.
High jump is much shorter.
Mm-hmm.
It's only like 3 plus my strength modifier.
I think it's just your strength. Like, you don't get much for high jump.
No, the base is 3 plus strength modifier.
Oh, is it 3 plus?
So,
Okay.
yeah, so
But triple that, so yeah, it's still decent.
24 doesn't really get me within 60.
No, it doesn't.
I guess I'll dash here. I can select the right thing. There we go. Actually, that's 30 movement.
You run up beside this woman.
Yes. Oh. Sweet. She missing an arm?
What? No.
No.
Just got it in a sleeve.
Also,
okay.
she seems to be wielding like a metal weapon.
So, hold on just a second.
Figuring
Yes.
out if you should
Okay.
rage.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where to move and then rage and then move and close. So, hold on just a second. Alright. So I'm going to go there, bonus action rage. 3 damage to it.
Okay.
Is it 3 or did it go up?
Yeah,
So it's... Yeah, it's 3. And then I will move my last 10 feet there. And that'll be me. So I am now raged. Alright, my
forget
dad was
that-
aiding me, so I'll be right back.
Yeah.
What's up?
Don't forget though, if it doesn't attack you or you deals you damage, then you lose your rage.
You already dealt damage, though.
No, that doesn't
never-
count. You have to make an attack or take damage, not deal damage in general.
That's dumb.
I mean, he's probably fine. Just bookkeeping.
Yuri, it is your turn.
I'll be
Okay.
back.
Can I walk up here or no?
It is.
Since I'm already technically in it, can I just walk out of it?
You can walk through it, yes.
Okay. Without taking any damage or anything?
Yeah.
Alright. 5. 10, 15. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Okay, I can get exactly there. I hate how I can't like keep my thing here. There you go. And I will shoot at this one.
Okay.
That's a crit because of my thingy.
Okay.
I'm re-rolling that too. So it's 16 plus 5.
You get 2d12 on a crit, Ares, because you get an extra d12 per crit because of Piercer.
Oh yeah, there's another 2d12.
A 1d12.
Wasn't it like
you
one-
get
1d12?
one extra d12. You get one extra die on a crit.
So that's 16 plus 10 plus 5
So it's
plus
31.
9.
31 points of damage.
31
points of damage.
31
because-
piercing, then the thunder damage.
If it takes thunder.
Nope.
Of
Nope.
course it doesn't. Okay. Sad.
They still did 31 points of damage, Ares.
I know.
Yeah, it's alright. It's okay. At the moment, I have Shatter spell because of my incarnation. I'm like, damn it! Why do I have this now that I can't use?
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Shinsetsu, it is your turn.
Was that prone from this wind wall or no?
No.
Okay. I'll move here. There. I'll move right there. How bad is this element
That
down here?
one's almost bloodied.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my force shuriken on him.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't know about that one. It's a 12
Nope.
hit.
No, it does not.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alrighty. As you throw your full shuriken out, and it just kind of flies through, like, kind of. You seem to aim it like center of mass, but doesn't actually hit any of the the sparks of lightning that are just moving erratically. Asura, is your turn.
Okay. Gonna. I'm gonna target this one.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do a simple firebolt at it, I think, for now. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just gonna cast Magic Missile first of all.
Okay. Roll me three d4s. Oh well, two more d4s. And which are they all hitting the same one?
Yes.
Which one?
They're all aiming for this one.
That one.
Yeah. So that's
Another 7 points of damage.
So 11 total.
11 total.
Look at the macro.
that's the end of my turn.
Yep, that's good. On the second, are they just normal magic missiles, or do they look like?
Let's see. Oh, they look like silver needles.
As these needles kind of fly up towards them and kind of arcing in different directions as each one hits, and upon the second one impacting into Storm Maiden, it seems to lose concentration of the wind wall that's whirring behind you.
Okay. Cool.
Like a sewing needle?
Hmm. Not quite like a sewing needle. I'll see if I can find an example.
Okay.
I find it's just like those ninja needles, the poison
Yeah.
needles,
Yeah.
like the stuff you use when you pierce bodies for the stupid acupuncture. That's what I'm thinking of. Acupuncture needles.
Acupuncture?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the woman next to you, Ryuruki, try to make 2 strikes against the lightning elemental, but is unable to find purchase. Grumbles. As she does, she kind of calls out towards you in, I guess, common. Thank you for coming. I don't think we would have fared well without any help.
She calls out towards Grumble specifically.
No, to Ryuruki.
Okay.
Yeah. Help.
Grumbles.
Grumbles.
So Grumbles walks forward, grumbling as always. 5. Then I'll open up by casting a 2nd level bless, getting the 4 of us. So we're all blessed.
Oh, we all get blessed?
All of us except Ryuruki, who's out of range.
Let's go.
Thank you.
I figured considering saving throws are going to be a thing, we might as well put them up. And I don't have a bonus action, so I guess that is it. Grumbles will then just take out his flask and take a drink as he watches.
Okay. This one's turn.
I remember that move.
Ouch.
All of you take.
Is it ending its turn in Shiori's space?
Yes, it can end its turn in Shuri space. 8 points of lightning damage.
All of us?
You and Asura.
And
then
all those
these
schmucks that
soldiers.
were in between.
So I was not included in that, correct? I had to look away for a second.
No.
Okay.
Ha! No save or anything.
Nope, just because of its its form.
I already dropped concentration.
That's fine. Just end concentration on it.
Oh my god, you guys are so injured already.
They get attacks of opportunity. Both miss. That hits.
Zora gets an attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
Zora also gets an attack of opportunity. Yep.
That is true. I didn't know if it had any. Then. Okay.
That's a
Um,
crit.
Mayhaps it dies before it actually finishes its move.
Nah.
Also, you would see the one in the northern fight, the one with the other, the one who called out towards you guys die.
Ooh. 23.
I hope to God that hits.
That does hit.
Nice.
For
Doing
whopping 9.
9 points of slashing damage. I assume
Are
that's
they
a plus 1 weapon?
Yeah, it says 5 plus 1, so it must be.
No.
It's a +1, yeah.
And it's
Matt.
made of metal.
Yes.
You take 7 points of lightning damage.
Ow.
Eh!
As the
Azura!
lightning travels down the blade and impacts into you as you're...
Yeah. Metal and lightning don't mix, lad!
I'm starting to understand.
Now you understand why we make houses out of wood in this island.
Why do you think I am using my force shuriken?
Go up behind?
Is this what you normally use?
Not always.
Missing. This elemental's turn. It's gonna go through the both of you. You both take 9 points of lightning damage, Ryuriki.
I do not have 553 health. There we go.
And then it's gonna make a touch attack on each of you. Jesus Christ. She takes...
She's gonna die.
damage.
That's none of my business.
Really not a Grumbles either.
You take 15 points of lightning damage, and you're set alight.
Oh no.
For 4 points of fire damage at the start of your turn, but you can just take it.
For 4 points, not 1d4?
4 points.
Okay.
Okay. That is the end of its turn. This guy is going to run up and heal her.
That was that guy, cleric? Oh, medic,
Yeah.
Medic!
Okay, demo man.
8 points of healing.
What rookie numbers?
Scout's gonna take 2 shots at...
We got the demo man, the medic, the scout. Holy shit.
Storm
I'm the
Maiden.
heavy. No, wait, she already be the heavy.
Both of those miss. Kaneko's your turn.
Shiori's the sniper.
I'm going to use my bonus action to change my incarnation to burn. And then I am going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
I guess I'm the soldier.
What is the range of Scorching Ray?
And you would really be the heavy.
I don't know, my propensity for jumping.
Yeah, I'll do it. Wait. Is it stay in Shiori's spot?
Is that what?
Does it actually stay in Shiori's spot?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna blast the one that's on Shiori.
Okay.
Those 3 rays?
Yep.
How do I guess I do it and then I don't consume the spell slot for the second 2, right? Because it's 3?
Yeah.
Oh,
That misses.
That's a D.
Oh, that hits them. But
It
3
hits?
points.
no, 14
It
hits?
just
Okay.
hits.
For a whopping 3
It's-
damage.
That hits.
There you go, that's better.
It hits,
And that
the
is...
Storm Maiden, correct?
No, the
The one
lightning.
on Shiori.
Really? Okay.
We gotta take these things out, man. We gotta focus fire one at a time here.
Well, no, I'm just trying to figure out how 14 hits, because if he rolled a nat 20, then he should have a 5 dex, which would put him
Oh no,
15
that's the
basics.
Storm Maiden. Or your turn to this elemental. Yeah.
at... Yeah, I'm talking... It should have at least a 15 base.
Yeah, no. It does have a 15. I have Bless.
Yeah, the
so
bless gives an
it-
automatic
Oh.
+1 because.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. The Storm Maiden is going to fly over this way and make an attack on Grumbles.
Grumbles hasn't done shit.
You casted Bless.
Fair enough.
That is a 16 to attack.
Miss.
Okay. As you see it kind of conjure up lightning in its hands, and she just hurls it towards you, but it impacts into the ground next to you.
Nice aim, you frickin' flying storm tart.
Ririki, is your turn.
Gonna move there.
Okay.
I have a surprising lack of bonus actions as this class, so I'm just gonna use my Storm Aura, dealing 3 more fire damage.
Okay.
I take the 4 at the start of my turn, but it's reduced to half because I am both half dragon and Tundra Berserker. Tundra. So 38, and then I will attack and use Reckless.
Okay.
Oh
There
my
we go.
God. Whopping 13.
Gonna be one of those sessions.
God.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank God it was a disadvantage.
Yeah.
For is it
12,
14.
14? Yeah.
And yep, that's all I got.
You take 8 points of lightning damage as the lightning.
Hey,
travels
whoa,
through
this
your
weapon is full. Is almost fully wood.
Is it fully wood?
Damn near.
It would have a wooden shaft at the very least.
Plus 8. Oh no. I don't know why I plus 8. Okay. Shiori, is your turn.
I just end my own turn. It's him.
Oh yeah. This guy. Hitting. Shinsatsu. Shiori, it's your turn. Sorry.
Oh, this guy doesn't want to go.
Which guy?
This guy.
Different
No,
soldier
that's
areas.
what-
He's at the
different
top
guy.
of the
Yeah.
mountain.
I'm dumb. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Can I please disengage and walk away?
Yeah, that's fine.
5, 10. And I will shoot, lady.
Do you have bonus action disengage?
Yeah, she does.
Yes,
Okay.
I do have bonus action disengage.
Which one?
The one that I was just smothered by.
Yeah, the one that's
The lightning.
on it.
Okay. 15 points of damage.
How's that thing looking?
Very bloodied.
That's my turn.
Shinsatsu, it is your turn.
All right. Going to move. I'll move over here. And I guess I will try to finish off this
Bottom
very
one.
bloodied one. Yeah. With another 4 shuriken.
Yeah, you hit.
I hope.
I don't know.
That one takes 8 points of force damage?
Don't imagine that kills it, does it?
No.
Damn.
Please.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that'll be all.
We're not doing so.
Asura, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah. Here. Wee. This one was looking really bloody.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
we were trying to finish off.
Yeah, I'll just
Firebolt.
yeah, probably. 26?
Nice.
Hits.
Nice.
9 points of fire damage.
How's it looking?
Very bloodied. Death Stall-ish.
Ish. I hate...
Death's driveway.
And then bonus action blades on.
Okay. Alrighty. Her turn. She's going to make attack. Both of them hitting, doing 22 points of damage.
There. Her weapon was metal, you said, though.
Yeah, and she takes 18 points of damage.
Would someone tell that stupid not to hit it with the weapon? With these people. Nobody knows what they're doing.
Stop using your metal weapons on them. Shinsetsu will yell in their native tongue. Throw a rock at them if you need to.
She will call out that, well, I don't exactly have any other choice.
There's a stick right over there.
Hit it with a stick.
That's what I'm doing.
People not
There's
knowing.
no trees there.
I know. Crumbles
That
is
doesn't
like,
mean they can
Besides, this
stick-
weapon is magical, so it's more effective than any stick.
it's effective at
I
getting
can
you
ensure it.
killed.
Grumbles, it's your turn.
Hey, well, depending how this goes. So I'll first move here for 25 feet of movement. That's right, yeah, it's 25, yeah. Okay, then I will look at the one that's nearly dead and go bing bong, motherfucker.
Death by doorbell.
Saves.
Oh, god
Oops.
damn it.
Oh, come on!
That one's going next, isn't it? How
I got a
bad?
nat 20.
How bad is it looking?
Which one? That
The
one?
bottom one.
The bottom, both of them are in Death's Door. This one's closer to going down. It's like, there's barely any cackling electricity left.
But the one below me is still got a fair chunk. Is more solid.
It's got slightly more.
The difference between 9 and 5.
You know what? I'll go after the bottom one because the one on the right's getting surrounded. I will cast my spiritual weapon as a sack of coins just appears over its head.
Okay.
I like to imagine it's more like an old woman's purse.
Okay, 7 points of damage. It is now in Death's Door.
Damn it. So close to a crit.
As the next round starts, you would hear the cry of, like, one of the soldiers up north going down. And then this Storm Maiden would move over here and towards you guys. But this lightning elemental's turn is going to move up close towards you, Rumbles, and make 2 attacks. It's going to use its combat inspiration for that one. Nope, that's a 14 to hit,
Nope.
and that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that one will get through.
That's 15 points of lightning damage and 7 points of fire at the start of your turn. It's your set of light.
7? Wait, can I?
Yeah.
Can't I put that out?
You can put that out, yes.
But at the start of my turn, the end of my turn. Generally, if it's the start of your turn, you get a reaction to put it out.
You don't know? Most things that set you on fire, you don't get a reaction to put it out.
Yeah, usually it's the end of your turn you take it. I thought though.
Um,
Just double checking.
it's the start. of each of your turns.
My con's still up still.
This one's turn. This one is gonna move up and make 2 attacks. Both missing. The elemental's turn. It is going to make 2 attacks against Ryuriki.
He has advantage.
It's a 19 to hit.
Yep.
And a 14 to hit.
14 misses.
That
Take
advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 14 points of lightning damage and 5 points of fire at the start of your turn.
On top of the 4 already?
Yes.
Wait, you
on
can't be
top of
lit.
that-
You can't be
No,
ignited twice.
not on top of the 4. Sorry, I thought you meant on top of the 14 lightning damage. On top of the it's 5 damage at the start of your turn, replacing the 4 damage that you would.
So with my
take.
resistance, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you can't be ignited more than once, so.
Medic is going to heal her for 12 points of healing. Scout's turn. It's going to take 2 shots at the maiden. First hitting 5 points of damage. This one's turn is going to come up. Oh. That's another bit more. Let's see. Yeah, it's practically 50 feet. I need Shinsetsu and Ryuriki to make me strength saves.
I get advantage on this one.
I don't think you need to roll it.
I'm getting it!
Okay, you both save, taking 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
So 3 for
Oh boy, I only
Ryuki.
take 3.
How you looking, Nano?
That's
11
fine.
hit points.
This guy does. This guy takes 14 points damage. She saves, taking half. And this guy also takes half. Hanako's your turn.
Did you say the blessed one is on Death's Door?
Yeah, that one's on Death's Door. They're both on Death's Door.
On Death's Door?
Yeah.
I should be able to handle the elementals. I just can't touch those storm maidens at all.
I'm going to weaken a chill touch on the one next to Grumbles.
Hits and kills as your chill touch reaches out and just imagines just rip apart the lightning and just completely just evaporates into nothing.
All 3 scorching rays on the Storm Maiden that's here.
Okay.
First one.
It's
Alright.
Nice.
Soon.
Nice.
21,
All
28
three hit.
damage.
Is with outstretched two of your hands, one the necrotic touch heading towards the lightning elemental, and the three scorching rays firing out, hitting towards the Storm Maiden as it's battered from all sides as they all kind of curve around and impact at her at once. She just kind of reels back from the pain and looks over towards you. Is that the end of your turn?
Does this rocket give me cover?
Huh?
Does this rocket give me cover?
Kinda.
Now you just hope it's an attack spell.
I mean, even if
Until she flies up and negates it.
yeah, I mean that's fine.
She's 60 feet
That's
in the
fine.
air. She probably already negates it.
Yeah, pretty much. Just gonna move over here. Move up and throw lightning at you. 18 to hit. Okay. So the barrier comes up. Ryuriki, is your turn.
I will attack the one in front of me.
Okay.
I should be able to kill him outright, and I don't want to take advantage attacks from things I can't hit back. So I'm just going to regular attack, no
Okay.
reckless. Sweet.
15 to hit with flanking,
Yeah.
which hits and kills.
Oh,
As
sweet.
you bring your maul slamming down into the lightning, and you see it blast apart. You took the fire damage to the start of your turn, yes?
Oh, I did not.
Alright.
Yeah, with that down to 19.
That one is done.
Why is it yelling at me?
What is? Oh,
It
it's because I was
just
removing
kept
combatants.
shouting at me.
Sorry, I was removing combatants.
I mean, I really have nothing else other than going up there, but
You literally don't have like javelins or anything on you.
well, I mean, they're still at 60 feet, and I can't even reckless with those.
Well, you can't, but you can take a wild throw.
I can't even hit that one. That one's 90 feet.
Javelin's 120.
That one says plus 90.
No, but javelin can be thrown 120.
Can it? I thought it was only 60.
No, that's a hand axe.
Oh, it is, isn't it? That is my bad. I thought.
Yeah,
My bad.
Javelins are 30 and 120.
Yeah.
They're actually a worthwhile thrown weapon. That's why everybody usually gets them.
I guess in that case, yeah, I'll move there and throw with disadvantage. So 16.
16 hits, doing
For
3 points of damage.
How high is this cliff?
Oh, there it goes.
That's a good question.
It's like 10 feet up.
Wait, okay.
that's all I've got.
Shiori, it is your turn.
Alright, so I'm just curious. She's 90 feet in the air and 25 feet away from me. I have no shot of hitting her, technically. I'm just... I don't know if we do, like, the triangle theorem,
No,
or is
I
it, like-
don't. I don't do Pythagoras theorem. That's too much math.
Alright, so 90 feet, she's already too high for me, but I can still technically hit her with disadvantage.
Yeah, you are blessed. It's not like you're totally messed.
Alright, let's see.
It'll be 105 feet.
That's still in my range.
You're hitting her?
The 90-foot one.
Oh, the 90-foot one? Okay.
Yeah.
11 points of damage. Okay. at the end of your turn.
I will take a step here.
Oh, also, each time you fire, everyone, like, for a moment, the other soldiers just, like, are like, what is happening? What is this?
So they're scared by it? Oh.
They're not. They're used to the sound of thunder and lightning, considering the region. They're just like, what the fuck is she wielding?
Well, that can be asked. That can be asked later. Right now, shoot, bang. Does the thunder actually register?
No.
Okay. And the piercing? Half as much, or no?
The piercing's fine.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the thunder is halved. Actually.
Oh. Alright, that is my turn.
Shin Setsu, it is your turn.
Alright. How fucked up is this Ramiko lady looking? Right now? She's pretty hurt.
She's pretty hurt, yeah.
But the guy next to her, is he a healer? Or did the healer die?
No, the healer's still up.
Okay, I'll let him heal her.
This guy. This one here is the heal.
I want to move somewhere where I'm not going to be in a fucking line.
Good luck.
How tall are these rocks?
The rocks are like 5-ish feet tall. If like the bigger ones.
I'm gonna move into the rocks and take cover behind one.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and use Chill Touch on the Storm Maiden here, closest to Asura. That ain't it, Chief.
That ain't it, Chief.
No, no, it is not.
The chill touch flies out and it kind of like halfway through it just kind of dissipates and just like almost falls flop to the like halfway to the ground as it just kind of dissipates.
Well, that's not good.
Having performance anxiety, are ya?
I don't know if it is quite that. Maybe so. I don't know.
Asura is your turn.
Okay. We are firebolting and running.
Okay.
12 points of damage?
Yep.
Oh, wait.
She is on death's door.
Okay, I'm running this way.
Into the bush.
Into the
tree.
bush.
Tree. Oh, it's a tree. Okay.
Behind the tree.
I thought it was a bush.
It's a tree.
Oh yeah, I guess the shadow makes sense. Yes.
Okay. Her turn. She's going to command the scout to make an attack, which misses. She's gonna move down this way. I guess the wind wall kind of puts out the fire.
That or makes it worse, depending.
Yeah. I would say it puts it out. Rumbles, it's your turn.
Hey, I gotta make a con save. I'm good. Damn it. I really should put that fire out on me. Grumbles will look over at Ryuruki. Ryuruki, can you put this flame out on me?
Maybe.
Just pot it out! I need to shoot this bitch! And you can't reach him! I will cast a guiding bolt on the near dead one.
Okay.
With my action. Oh, that's a guidance, not a guiding bolt. I'd have a D4, just in case.
That hits.
So 15 radiant damage up her pooper.
And she is dead.
Good. My action was not wasted. Now put this fire out so I can keep my concentration up.
I'll see what I can do.
Alrighty, and the soldier is going to run out. Doesn't have much to do. The medic is gonna go to her and heal her.
It must be nice to have your own private medic.
8 points of healing. Scout taking 2 shots. One of them hitting. That's. Oh. Her turn.
Sure, oh, so I guess you got 60 feet of movement.
Well, she can fly up and 30 feet at the same time. Like, she's moving.
I see, yeah,
Yeah.
diagonally. Technically, that would be 45 feet of movement, but...
I mean, it doesn't matter how far she goes, but...
yeah.
She's going to throw a bolt of lightning at Ryuriki. 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's 10 points of lightning damage. And I need a con save.
Alright.
You're fine.
What's your HP at?
9.
Ah, you're fine. If you put the fire on me, I'll heal you.
So where do I need to stand to hit her with 120 feet?
You'd have to
Anywhere.
basically run up to her. If you're like there,
With
you should be
120
there.
feet?
Yeah, if you run
At
here-
55 feet. At 55 feet, you're 105 feet away.
Yeah, you should be able to hit her from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure how we were calculating it.
I can't be bothered.
Sure.
I've got the calculator up on another screen.
Scorching ray.
It's...
Fuck you, fly bitch, die.
It's...
Oh god.
How's she looking?
Fine.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Ryuriki's your turn.
I will take my 2. I'm now at 7.
Okay.
See, the good thing about the fire is that I can't lose my rage while I'm on fire.
That is true. You are taking damage constantly.
My 2 damage a turn.
That is 6 points of fire damage, so 3 damage.
Pardon?
You
I
take 3
roll
damage.
a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take 3 damage.
Why? What?
Because you're on fire.
I'm
Unless
sorry.
you're... Unless you already took it. from the start of the start of your round.
Yeah, at the start of my round, I thought I took 5.
Oh, was that okay?
I thought that was kind of just a static thing.
No,
I
they
thought-
re-roll that. No, that was your last round. He has to re-roll afresh every new round.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'm down to 6.
Yeah, you took 1 extra damage than you thought you took. That's all.
Yeah. And then I will use my action to put out Grumble's fire.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I shoot her from here? Or must I get closer?
What's your range?
120.
That's fine.
Okay, I'll shoot her.
I'm not gonna do the math.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's gonna be disadvantage though.
That's fine. That hits. Doing 13 and 4.
Your range is
Eh.
also 180 according to that, so you're fine for max range.
180? Oh! I got that wrong. I've been working with the wrong range.
Shinsetsu, it's your turn.
Nana?
That is 8 points of force damage. Okay. It's your turn.
Hmm. Poke.
We'll get to it.
Let's see. Wait, one. Yeah. We're just gonna fire.
Okay.
Same target as before.
Okay,
7
points
points of fire damage and back in behind the tree. Oh. My turn.
She will command the scout to make an attack. Misses. Grumbles, this is your turn. Actually, she'll give him advantage. Directed strike.
Oh, give who advantage?
The scout. Which still misses. Grumbles, is your turn.
Grumbles look over at Ryuki. Oh, you're not looking too hot there, lad. I will give you a 2nd level cure wounds. Since I can't use my action to cast a spell, and she's out of range of all my cantrips. Actually, on second thought, I will use my action to put the fire out on you, and then I'll just give you a 2nd level healing word.
Okay.
Because that way you get 12 back,
And I'm no longer on fire.
and I also get 4 back. You are no longer on fire, my friend.
Awesome.
Is that the end of your turn?
Actually, wait, I'll move first. There's no point of grouping up. We're past the point where that's necessary.
This guy can't do anything. This guy is gonna actually heal himself. 5. Scout's gonna make 2 shots. Both missing. Oh my god. She is going to throw a bolt of lightning at you, Shiori.
She went AFK.
It misses anyways. Kanaka's your turn.
I'm out of second level spell slots, so I guess I'm doing a third level Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
17.
Hits.
I think you have to roll a 1 at this point, more or less, to miss, Crystal. At least
I
with
keep looking at the third level spell slots every time I try and recast it, and I'm like, where is it?
Holy hell. One more.
And blah.
10, 20,
Nice.
33 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, by the way,
I
you would
have
have had to move closer, Crystal, to hit her,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah.
was gonna say, I had the movement. Yeah, I didn't realize they moved.
You had to have been right under her, pretty much, but you could have reached her.
I just want to like blast her out of the sky with my purple fire, and then just have her like just fall on the ground next to me as I turn away.
Okay, as 4 bolts of 4 beams of purple fire fly out from your hand, each one impacting from all sides of the elemental as she lets out this shriek in pain as her form kind of just falls to the ground. Lands kind of softly hitting the ground and just electricity coursing through before she slowly starts to dissipate into like a shard. And those elementals at the north begin to retreat.
Do they now?
Yeah.
No.
And that is combat.
Ryoruki, fetch!
Mm.
Can I pick up remnants?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, sorry. What's seal?
4.
How is everybody looking?
And is that 3 rolls?
CR4 and then CR6 for the lightning element.
For the lightning elementals?
Yep.
So 2 rolls for the mavens, 2 rolls for the
Yep.
big elementals?
Yep. Thank you for helping all of us there. Don't know if that would have been very... I guess... probably would have perished down there if you didn't help.
Yeah, probably.
Who are you folks?
We're Rift of Resistance against the Senshi. We're held off up here in Hiroshima and gathering forces and supplies and doing our best to help.
Oh, I see. How fortuitous.
But lately there's been issues going on with the elementals. So they've been causing havoc around the countryside. See everyone kind of gather around and slowly start making their way down towards the middle of the hall. This guy kind of runs up. Garutashi, are you alright? I'm mostly fine thanks to these folk. Thank you all. I appreciate all of your help against the elementals. When we get back to town, we can repay you.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds great.
booze and food.
What was that? Both of you talked at once.
Go ahead, Tiny.
I was just referring, Jumbo, that it'd be greatly appreciated if we could get some payment for this. We have some wear and tear on our gear we need to repair.
It is rare for us to see a dwarf from these lands, but I appreciate your help nonetheless. Thank you. Where do you all hail from? Are you traveling these roads, or what is... Why do you happen upon this place? Heading for Hirosha to see the resistance, are you?
Yes.
Something like that.
Excellent. Well, it is good to have able-bodied hands to help us against the fight against these demons. I don't have a lot of those going around lately.
Indeed.
But,
Ridding them from our homeland does everyone good.
we will probably take the time to gather around and take care of the dead, and probably take some time to tend to our wounds. So, but after that, it's probably best if we continue back towards the town, bigger group.
I would agree.
Kind of looks and rewards around. You! Help them with the dead! Bury them up on this hill. Their name shall not be forgotten this day. If you can, retrieve any keepsakes from them to bring to their families. Some of them look like they're still kind of I guess in a daze from the battle, and you see the other woman kind of look over towards the rest of them who are still dazed. But you heard him. Come on. Kind of stand at attention and continue helping.
This is why I healed
what do you
guys.
What do you guys do during this time?
I use my challenge
Rest,
to
I guess.
give everybody a quick heal up.
What was that, Nano?
What's that? Rest, I suppose.
Okay. You all are free to take a short rest and RP or help or do anything if you like. So they kind of gather up and bury the dead.
This was a nice treat.
What? No!
This was a nice tree. It saved
Oh.
my life.
I suppose so. I mean, as far as trees go, you don't know if
Not bad.
Being ass.
Also not bad.
Sad.
All good things can't last forever. That'll do.
I'm sad
Why are you sad?
because I didn't take damage and I got to roll hit dice, which means I don't get to recover sorcery points.
You don't
Oh.
have. You can take a short rest without having to use hit dice.
No, Bloodwell Vial says that when you use hit dice, when you roll any hit dice to recover hit points, you can regain 5 sorcery points.
I mean, you can still roll the hit dice for gaining health, I'm pretty sure.
I have an idea.
You can just punch yourself.
I was about to say, I could just
wanna
punch you in the
actually do
jaw.
It's very easy to get around that, so you can just use a hit dice.
Just use it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'll just stab myself, or do whatever, or trip over a rock accidentally or something. I don't know. Do a cartwheel,
Make a
big man.
blood sacro.
I don't want to use my hit dice. I gotta get them all back. So I get my channel divinity back. That's at least useful. That keep you people alive. Oof, I burned through a lot of spells again. Well, that was entertaining and all, but why were a bunch of elementals just attacking you people?
Something has caused the elementals and the lightning affinity creatures to stir, and we believe that it has something to do with the mountains.
You think
Something
there's
has
something?
happened there.
Ah, great. So you're saying there's something up in the mountain pissing off all the sparky creatures.
I have a sense of deja vu right now.
Oh?
Yeah.
Hey, that was wind elementals last time.
Okay, yeah, it was winds.
But, we believe that it might be something to do with perhaps the Senshi's doing.
The what?
The Senshi?
Ah, right. The Senshi.
Does it look like you know what that means? Like you're just like,
Yeah, Grumbles has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Mm-hmm.
the Ketsueki Senshi, the Five Blood Warriors.
Oh, the demons! Why don't you just say the fucking demons? People.
That is. I mean, that is what they're called.
You people and all your fancy dances, just call them demons like a normal person. Aye, the blood of fire, fucking rock and freaking fire.
One of the resistant member calls out, well, "You're the outsider here."
Hey, look here, I've been alive longer than half your country.
He's got the temper to match.
If you're so, what? If you hate our customs and our country so much, why are you here?
Well, to be honest, I was just here to start a damn franchise. But then your demon things attacked and now I'm kinda stuck.
No. I'm so sorry for Grumbles. It's just whenever he tries to help people, he gets really shy about it, and he gets really aggressive sometimes. I'm so sorry, but he's really sweet. Right, Grumbles? You don't have to be like this in front of our new friends.
Yeah, Grumbles, these people are grieving.
He gets aggressively shy.
I know, it's really weird, but you see, Grumbles, you can apologize. It's okay. You don't have to.
Of course you're right, Shiori! I am apologizing because it is the right thing to do!
See?
Alright.
Did he do an insight check?
Yeah, he did.
What did he roll?
Hi.
It's weird because he's still technically earnest. It just looks like he's in pain. Uh,
Aggressively shy.
that's a good statement. That's a good one.
That's one way to describe it.
Just, I'm sorry about it. They're on edge. Unfortunately, we have suffered many losses today, and with things that have been happening recently, morale isn't exactly high. But we're slowly gathering and training people as well as we can, and like I said before, more hands are always more useful. Once we deal with this problem that is sieging upon us, upon these lands, then perhaps we shall be able to take the fight to them. But at the moment, if we do that, we leave ourselves open and exposed to these elemental attacks, and unfortunately that isn't something that is helpful in this situation. But if you are able to aid us, then
I mean, I suppose we can aid you if necessary.
We have mutual goals.
I mean, if one of the demons is up in that mountain, I'm more than happy to go up there and kill it.
Indeed, we are after these demons to slay them. The more that we have at our back, the easier this quest will be.
It's a very bold. What, by yourselves?
Well, look what we just did to those elementals.
I don't think those elementals are anywhere near a fraction of what they could possibly do.
Ah, well, to be fair, we were holding back.
I see. Inside check.
I mean, Grumbles was holding back.
Roll me a persuasion. Very well. Well, in any case, if you are all holding back, then perhaps if you by our side, we'll be able to accomplish what many might think is the impossible.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I mean, Jumble over there is like the great big wrestling man. I'm sure he'd be loving to get his hands on a demon.
But currently, we should probably make our way back. Are the rest of you ready to go?
Yes.
I am.
Yeah, let's get going.
Okay. You guys make your way back. Make your way onwards, heading towards the town of Orosha, a village with very interesting looking town with a river kind of running through. It takes you about 4 hours. The town itself is built into like this hillside with kind of scales upwards towards the top. And it kind of oversees the lay of the land. But as you make your way there, you guys, well, you get a long rest and whatever, and then go through the long rest shenanigans because you're not gonna get attacked here or whatever. But
Long
you
rest?
guys level up.
Didn't we
Oh, I got
already
you.
just level up?
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we're
did.
you
Yeah,
leveled us
I
last
thought-
game.
I swear I saw 5. Okay, I did. I swear I saw 5 on someone's sheet. Oh, I looked at Shinsetsu's.
Mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the person who wasn't here to level
Okay.
up.
That's why I fucking... Okay.
I was
swear-
holding back that fight because I was level 5 that fight.
I swear... Okay. My brain is dumb. I'm stupid.
It's like we level
I
up.
level up from that fight.
Yeah.
You do level... Yeah.
That's why we had familiars and stuff like that being added.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
I also got to heal
Familiars.
myself by healing others.
Okay. I'm good at remembering things, clearly.
You're good.
You're
I
good.
wasn't sure if you were speed leveling us or if we like.
No, I just thought cause I clicked Shinsetsu's sheet and I was like, oh, they still level 5? I leveled them up. Okay, well I guess this was around the time where they were gonna get the next levels.
Things happened.
Things happen. Okay. Well, you guys are now in town. You arrive, you see the morale of people is mixed. Upon seeing new people and some people returning from the recent scouting trip and some people not. Some people seem to kind of lose their composure and like you would see families of those that have fallen kind of grieve as the rest of the soldiers and the two from what you see lieutenants of sorts share the bad news and kind of make their way over towards what seems to be some sort of barracks. Right. Thank you. For each of you, 100 gold each.
Oh,
How
thank
much?
you.
100?
100.
100.
Nice.
Suppose a little more pocket change doesn't hurt.
Hopefully you can reinvest that back into the economy and perhaps the flow of gold would help keep stimulating business and get more people to aid in the efforts. But I guess what comes next is are you going to help us with this elemental this anomaly that is happening within the mountains?
I mean, I suppose we could do it for you.
Alright. We greatly appreciate this. I think all the shops are closing down for the night, but in the morning, if you would like to purchase anything, if you need, you are free to do so. But we can lay you at a place for you to stay. There is currently an abandoned building. Should you wish to stay, that is all yours.
An abandoned building, you say?
There's a couple of them. Some of them are either under construction, others are ones that have been abandoned from people who have fled or have lost family and chosen to, I guess, live with others. But and given up their homes or what was left of for the cause.
Interesting.
We need places for people to stay and to gather up their wounds. We are currently furnishing it with basic beds and bunks. But if you're helping us in this, then it's yours to stay in for however long you need.
Very much appreciated.
Is there anything you'll need? Any supplies? Anything that you're looking for?
Food and booze.
Food and booze. That is something we can bring.
Do you have, I don't mean to be rude, do you have a workstation, like a smithery?
We do have a blacksmith, yes.
Oh,
Smithery.
Grumbles just looks
Stop.
looks over at Shiori. Do you mean a forge?
I'm sorry,
The smithy, maybe.
I've never been in one before, so
You know, as a dwarf, that just hurts.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude or anything. I'm sorry. I was never corrected before. Shiori doesn't look like she wants to go to the forge anymore.
I did this to you.
Shiori looks too embarrassed to even like do anything anymore after this happens.
But we have
Amber would have died on the spot.
we have magical supplies, blacksmith, apothecary. Nothing majorly, I guess, powerful.
Do you have an enchanter?
We do have an enchanter of sorts at the magic store, yes. But,
Wonderful.
What exactly do you need enchanted?
I simply wish for my other short sword to be enchanted. Nothing crazy.
Ah, I see. That definitely can be useful, yes.
I will find my way there.
I think they're currently closed, but tomorrow morning. And in fact, actually, I'll let them know. Would you like me to take your weapon for you, and I will perhaps see if they will be able to get that done for you tonight.
I will go with you just so I know where to go pick it up tomorrow. If that is alright.
Very well. How about the rest of you? Do you need anything that might be done overnight?
I mean, I need to get my armor here repaired.
Alright, I can probably get that to the blacksmith. Would probably be 50 gold. No, not 50 gold. How much is your armor?
God, I think,
What is it? Chain mail?
let me double check. It's been a bit. It is, like, not one of the more, it's one of the lesser expensive
Yeah, one of the
ones.
lesser expensive ones.
It's what comes with, what was it? I think it's just chain. It's what the fighter comes with. Yeah, it's just chain. It's not even splint.
Yeah, that'd be like 10 gold.
Yeah, because like the whole armor is only 75
Yeah,
gold itself. I'm
75
like,
gold.
fuck, 50 gold. Like, I could almost buy a new set.
My one, yeah.
Actually, would they have splint?
Splint.
Yeah, 200 gold. It's the next armor up.
Probably.
Because I might as well upgrade if I'm here.
You could get different metals of armor as well. Probably, if you're looking to upgrade, I'll probably do the shop up for next time because I don't have that ready yet.
Maybe you want. I mean, literally, I would just go in and buy some splint mail.
It's more like different materials might have different effects.
Would they
of
change the
things.
price?
They would.
Because he'd probably just get basic steel. Unless there's...
Fair enough.
Grumbles is cheap.
Anything that has more than 3 digits in it is not worth his time.
I mean, considering the next upgrade is 1,500 gold at plate, yeah, that ain't happening anytime. I'll just upgrade to splint then and get rid of the chain. I was planning on doing that next time when we hit a town anyways. How much would he get for his old armor?
His old armor, about just under half, considering it's damaged. So what is it, 75, 35?
So 30 gold?
30 gold.
Right. Normally he'd haggle, but he's too damn tired.
Okay. Okay, so I guess Nano's just going with. He would, and they would introduce themselves, but like, Yasutaki Ito, and I'm Rimiko Kuretashi.
Good to meet you both.
We're both, I guess, tenants here, helping with leading the
I'm
troops.
Insetu, a shinobi.
Looks towards the rest of you.
Shiori.
Huh?
Wait, this
No,
one-
this is before they left.
Oh.
No,
Maybe
no.
it goes with, so I thought this is what they're
No,
going.
this is before they left.
Shiori.
Grumbles, an entrepreneur.
Asura, retired samurai.
They call me Ryuriki.
Kanako.
It was a pleasure meeting all of you and making, I guess, lovely allies. Also, what exactly is that you wield looking over towards Yuri? It sounded like you were harnessing the power of thunder itself.
I wouldn't say no, not thunder itself, no, but lightning, yes, but it just sounds like thunder.
Right.
Sorry if it scared any of you. I don't mean to do that.
No, I guess most of us were just surprised by that. But you all have interesting and extraordinary abilities, being able to throw out purple fire and these shurikens made of energy. I'm not quite sure. And what? Drop bags of coins on people? on enemies' heads.
What, you never heard about the power of money before?
And unfortunately, these days it's not as powerful as you would think.
I beg to
With
differ.
Grumbles, money tends to solve many problems, quite literally.
Well, unfortunately, the economy is not doing so great. Trade has been cut off of the main island, and well, we have to make do with what we have here.
Understood.
But I will take you to Miss Sozui. She will help you with your enchanting.
Much appreciated.
She kind of leads you on over towards the magic shop. Seems a very like a worn down building, but it's decorated as nicely as it can be. With various trinkets and kind of like different dream catches and feathers, and it's very like ornately decorated and colorful. For a building that looks somewhat run down. And he kind of knocks on the door. Miss Suzy, I hope I am not disturbing you, but I would like to have see if you could help a companion of mine with enchanting one of their weapons for tomorrow. You see, you hear kind of hurried footsteps, and you see a woman with pink hair open the door.
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. How can I help you?
Fuck, man. So Shinsetsu narrows his eyes a moment.
She's quite short.
Seems lost in thought for half a second. Perhaps you could do me a favor. This sword, he pulls out his one short sword, sets it on the table. Are you capable of enchanting this with warning magic?
Warning magic? Yeah, I can do
Yes.
that.
I would imagine enchanting it to be sharp forever might be a little out of my price range at the moment.
How much gold do you have?
120.
She kind of snorts at that a little.
Times are rough.
They are indeed. Well, a warning enchantment's quite pricey.
By how much?
650 gold.
Really?
But how about this? What are you planning on doing soon? Anywhere you're going? Anywhere fancy?
I believe I have a appointment at an abandoned building to sleep in. Other than that, no, nothing. At the moment.
Oh,
The near future, well, slaying demons, but it is a
demons.
problem for next week, probably. Or
oh.
in a month, maybe 2. I'm not sure. Working my way up there.
Oh.
What about if you do something for me? And then I'll enchant it for you.
And then what you need done?
Well, if you have any materials of any fallen demons, looks over towards where is it? Against Yasutake. Elementals?
Yes, elementals.
Yes. Anything from them or any other sorts of materials, if you bring them to me, I should be able to help with. That should subsidize the cost.
And you will know that Kanako has picked some up, but she's not there with you.
Understood. I will see what I can do.
Or if you just gather any materials from whatever you say that should be helpful for me, and I can use that for a variety of different things.
I must admit I was not in the practice of butchering the elementals and enemies I slay.
Well,
Is
generally,
that common practice these days?
recently, yes. Fortunately, they're attacking us. Usually, they're quite peaceful. Don't really bother. I guess the people living here too much, but I guess with all the demon stuff going on, and perhaps something's going on within the mountains. So,
Had I known this, I would have been gathering more. Between the lightning elementals, the water elementals, the demons. We'll keep this in mind.
right. If you want to leave that for me, work on it overnight. She'll be able to get it in.
Very
Show
well.
me. I remember.
Do not worry, I am not going to run off and not pay you. That is not what shinobi do. We are bound by codes of honor.
Well, I will take that code of honor at your word.
Very well.
And, well, if you do cross me, a hungry dragon's gonna eat you.
A hungry dragon.
She just smiles at that.
You are a strange one.
A lot of people say that. I don't think so.
Suppose it takes all kinds, now doesn't it?
Well, if you think that everyone is strange, then no one's really strange. Really. Because everyone's just different. And that's okay.
I love that.
If you say so.
Shut
Ah, yes, here.
Thank
With,
you.
hand it over.
Is that everything?
Yes, that is everything for now, thank you.
Alright. Good night.
She steps behind and like slams the door, and then she just like,
Oops, sorry, that was too loud.
Slams the door again.
you hear footsteps kind of pitter patter away behind the building, or inside the store.
You don't suppose she has a bag that lets you send notes through and buy things with, do you?
I don't think she does know.
That would be a very handy thing.
It would, wouldn't it?
Perhaps she has not thought of such a thing.
Her mind works in very mysterious ways, but she is a very gifted individual.
You know, my brother would argue that all women's minds work in mysterious ways.
I am sure that there's the same for men as well.
I suppose.
Perhaps in different ways, but you know. In any case, if that is everything, then I will bring you food and drinks, and hopefully you will have a good night's rest.
Thank you.
Nods, bows towards you.
Well, then Shinsatsu will bow back.
Okay. After about an hour, after you get back, food will be delivered. It's decent. It's good. It's decent grub. And there's alcohol. And probably tea as requested by some.
Hey, let's.
Hanako, you gathered things from the fallen, didn't you?
Indeed.
What did you
What
plan to
about
use
it?
them for?
Nothing in particular. Why?
Well, I made a deal with the magic shop owner to gather uh, parts of creatures, I suppose. I'm not asking for yours, but I was unaware that this was a thing. So perhaps in the future you could help me by pointing out the important ones, so I can pay the shopkeep lest a hungry dragon come find and eat me.
Which sounds wild to you because they're only, from folklore, to your knowledge, there's only 8 to exist. And even then, it's like, well, it's just like horror stories.
Which I suppose Shinsatsu would know that. He's got a high intelligence, but... kind of only a moderate wisdom.
I mean, you can roll me a history check.
Okay.
You know the basics. You know that there's 8 dragons that are said to exist on the material plane.
Can dragons shapeshift?
They certainly can.
Did I talk to a dragon?
You have no idea.
Well, unless somebody has the tools to make use of these, you could just take them to pay for
Oh.
the thing.
Are you sure?
Shiori has the artificer thing that can change, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about it?
Was just thinking.
Okay. I also have
Add
a
a
lot of dual
character-
proficiencies.
Add a character, basically, the easiest thing to make with the drops that I have would be magical ink, which the wizard could use
Hey.
for some of their, without having to spend so much gold, because it'll be the cost. But we need a lot of drops, so if this is more useful, it's fine. But basically, Shiori is, I think, the only one that can use them, or, like, craft anything with that anyway. So, yes, it's fine.
Every day that passes, I get closer and closer to regretting not bringing Einar back. Japanese Einar.
Most of the stuff is potions.
How many things did you get?
I have 4 things. 1 of them is uncommon, 3 of them are common.
I do have expertise in alchemist tools, so I could
Yeah.
make some potions.
Yeah, it's just more that they take a lot of drops to get. And the drops that I've been taking are the ones that don't require a roll to collect.
So, are we using some different system for magic item creation now? For my clarification?
No,
This is just for potions.
this is just for potion. But she can use those materials for things.
The common items that you have, are those needed for healing potions?
Let me check. them on. I don't think this one is. Sorry, it's just there's like several types. One is one of them is used for a potion of resistance. Yeah, the uncommon one is like the most useful one.
I'll take the common ones then if they're not really needed, but the uncommon one you can keep. I suppose this will work for now. I'm sure she will want more than this, but this will at least show her that I'm not some bum.
Are you gonna give them to her when you pick up your sword?
Indeed.
I'll just tell Storm what they are then, instead of having you take them and then, yeah. Is it just RP for the rest of the session?
Yeah.
That was a yawn.
Indeed.
It's been a long day.
Fair enough.
You guys are free to RP, otherwise that's all I have for session.
I have one thing to do.
Mm.
When the others are going to bed, Shiori will sneak off to the forge because she's very anxious to forge in front of other people, and she feels really bad for what she said in front of the others. So she's doing it in secret.
Shinsetsu will sneak to make sure she's not kidnapped.
Oh, can you see me sneaking? So you can sneak with me.
Check.
It's... Well, you don't even know I'm sneaking,
I meant Shiori. Okay. Now I need Shinsetsu to roll me
He's a
perception.
ninja, what do you expect? What am I rolling? Perception?
Yeah. No. You have no idea where she's gone.
Grumbles just looks over and sees Shinetsu just trying to stealth around. What the hell are you doing?
Well, they wouldn't be really necessarily
Yeah.
stepping around if... Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's funny, though.
How high is your passive perception?
16. No, wait. 18.
He is a cleric.
I'm a cleric, dude, with perception.
I know, but still.
It's an 18 passive. that beat...
That'd be
Ares
normal.
just beat it.
With a 20 whiz and
Yeah.
plus 3 proficiency, that's like...
I am clearly retraining my stealth abilities so people like you cannot see me coming.
Ah, I see. Needs work. And just
If
walks
you-
away eating an apple.
If you are able to see me, the demons will be able to see me.
Oh, that's probably true.
Fucking +6 feels absolutely useless.
I mean, dude, if you were if you were against my bard, my fucking Seamus, my character I play on Wednesdays, his passive perception is 25.
Anyways, I just came to the forge to make bullets, and also to fix Grumble's armor entirely. Unless you already bought. Unless
No,
you
I
didn't
bought
buy
the
new armor.
I bought the splint just because it's an upgrade. I was planning on
Okay.
upgrading.
I will then just make some bullets for myself because I need some. I'm running a tiny bit low than I'd like. I'll make 20 bullets, which is gonna be 20 gold.
You would hear as you're like in the middle of working at the forge, you'd
Mhm.
hear man kind of call out to you. Hey, what are you doing?
What? I'm sorry. I needed to make stuff.
You're going to make stuff at my forge at this late of night?
I don't like people seeing me forge, and I get really anxious, and I felt really bad for calling this like a smithy thingy, and I apologize for that, and I'm really sorry.
You're calling it a smithy thingy.
I'm not good at talking.
Clearly.
Einar apparates in the past.
Hmm.
I'm
What?
sorry. I'm almost done. I'm like
Alright.
halfway done.
Just make sure you ask people about using their equipment.
I did. I got the permission from the guy.
From the guy?
What
What do you mean?
The bandaged one with on the waist, the one with the long hair.
That's like everybody in this city.
The one who was out on a mission with the girl.
That's like not very descriptive either.
I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name.
That's
Uh,
fine.
Uh.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Run away quickly.
This is gonna be great. I can't wait to see it. There.
I'm almost done. I promise. I'll leave. I won't come back.
He kind of walks over towards you and looms over you, and you can kind of see this older man. He's got this kind of like his hair's just like in this smaller ponytail. He's very old. Looks like. Right.
Shiori is panicking so badly right now. She doesn't know what to do. Oh, him. Oh, okay.
He just kind of looms over what you're doing. What exactly are you making?
Bullets?
Bullets?
Yes.
What are bullets?
They're
Do these
like
balls?
They're-
These are
they're-
bullets?
yes. They're like I use a quote unquote bow, so I need to shoot these ammunition.
A quote-unquote bow.
Yes. I'm so sorry, but I don't think in this situation I can talk well. This is my charisma.
A crossbow or something.
Yeah, kind of, yes.
Can I see it?
She looks apprehensive, but I'm assuming she can't say no in this situation, so she very gingerly pulls it out, and it's wrapped in bandages right now, and like just some like loose cloth, so it's kind of hard to see fully what it is unless you unravel it.
What you shoot with this wrapped bandage?
Well, I don't like people seeing it too much, but here, and she starts slowly unwrapping it, and it is the thunder cannon.
Oh, what manner of contraption is this? This is an abomination.
It, I know. I will destroy it once this.
What is this doing hanging off the side? What is dangerous? It's loose.
No, it's not.
This chamber? This is where you put the bullet?
No, you don't put it there. Don't put your finger there.
Stop poking his finger into like the end of the gun.
No, that's really dangerous. Don't
Stares
do that.
down
Don't
the
do
barrel.
that.
Looks inside, still through the barrel.
Shiori pulls it back.
And what is this button down here? What is this?
Don't press it. Don't.
I
don't.
mean, he
Here,
would know
here.
what a trigger is.
I will pull the thunder cannon back, unload its magazine and everything, and I hand it back to him so it's safe.
I'm just messing with you. This looks like a very complicated crossbow of some kind.
Yes.
That's what you get for using equipment without asking first.
I'm sorry. Shiori's
Now-
probably crying right now.
You learned your lesson. Hurry up!
She nods.
Don't wake up other people.
I didn't mean to.
You do good work. It pats you on the shoulder.
She's still crying. She's not stopping.
He just sniffs, turns around, walks back inside.
What an asshole!
Shiori's entire just being has been demolished and everything. She reloads the gun, puts the wrapping back on, finishes smithing, puts down like 10 gold as an apology, and just walks back to her room, which at this point... Oh.
When you're done, as you're
Yes.
busy focusing and forging and everything, you'd find a neat little bundle, like a wrapped little bundle, just like waiting on like the counter, like that heads towards into like the building.
Oh.
And when you unwrap it, it seems like it's it's like a rice. It's like 2 rice balls, neatly made for you. They're like little rice balls.
Storm. Shiori wouldn't touch it because she'd assume it's his. She wouldn't pick it up. She's humility.
Wasn't there before? Wasn't there before?
She's humility. She's not gonna do this.
Bah,
I'm sorry.
That's
This
fine.
doesn't fit her.
That's fine.
But she will like stumble back to her room at this point. Like, I think Rumbles can easily hear her as she puts everything down and just face first falls into bed. And she's probably still teary-eyed, but she's not making a sound as she's crying.
Grumbles just look at, what the hell happened to you, Loss?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have came here. People hate me. I'm nothing but bad.
What are you talking about? You've been here for only like a half hour. What could you have possibly done?
I used to without asking the head smith. He said my gun was an abomination.
He what? You see Grumbles get up. Oh, I'll teach him a lesson. Puts on his coat.
He was right. He was right.
Oh, I'll tell you, he's gonna get an earful.
No, he's right. He's right.
You think
That's
what I did to that
am.
lizard was bad? Wait till I finish with him.
No, it's okay. It's okay. This is what I deserve. It's okay. I should stop crying. I should be used to this by now.
Grumbles is already walking out the door with his hammer in hand.
Shiori's trying to hold him back from going.
Grumbles makes his way to the smith, bangs on the door with his hammer. Hey, you old cauldron bastard!
Shiori's trying to stop him by talking, no, Grumbles, please stop, please.
Hey! Why are you banging on my door this late at night? I already had another woman doing it.
Oh, I know you old cotton bastard, you! How dare you
Yeah,
make
what do
this
you
sweet
want,
lassie cry?
She decided to come over here and use a Smith without asking, so I decided to give her a scare. She didn't even eat the rice balls I made for her. It was a gift.
What rice balls? What?
I left some food out for you. You didn't take it.
Why would I take your food?
It's not my food, it was for you.
I didn't know!
Oh, for the love of Pete!
I'm sorry!
Well, I ate it all, so
Jesus.
one for me.
Crumbles, let's go to bed. Please.
No, we're getting this straight out right now!
No!
Grumbles looks over at the old guy, is like, so you decided that just cause she broke into your forge, she used your stuff after saving your people, I might add. You treat her
I
like...
didn't know that.
You don't know that she saved like a half dozen of your, like, warriors out there from those electric creatures!
No, why would I know that?
Oh, your people, like, knew she'd travel fast!
No, I don't. I keep to myself. If they need something, they order it. I will make it. And if they need to purchase something, they come here. I don't want the gossip. No gossip.
Oh, what sort of smith that doesn't have gossip? It's literally usually the town square full of gossip.
It's a waste of time. They talk about their wives, their children. Oh no, what's going to happen? I went drinking the other day. This guy hit another guy. It's boring. I don't care.
I mean,
It's
okay,
awesome.
Why did you just show up?
No, I'm just busy drinking and probably hitting guys.
Grumbles looks over. Okay, no, you got the point there. Yeah, most of these people just don't know what the fuck's so interesting anymore. They wouldn't know what fine workmanship was.
I've lived a long life. I don't care for other people's gossip.
True,
I care about making good weapons and armor.
Alright, fair enough. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, Grumbles and him just start having a conversation of how horrible young people are.
At this point, Shiori will just start going back to her room again and just face planting even harder onto the bed.
This is why you don't go out alone.
Shiori just doesn't say anything. She's just done. She's unable to say anything or do anything anymore. She's given up for the day.
What's wrong? Yokai got your tongue?
She shakes her head, but she nods it right afterwards.
May I ask you something, Shiori?
She sits up, like smacks her face a little bit. Yes.
Is it true that you that you despise your own craftsmanship so?
Yes.
But why is that? It's surely a technological marvel.
Well,
I've certainly never seen a weapon like that before.
I've never made anything I've been proud of besides one thing, and she holds up Yoku. This is the one thing I'm proud of. What's the word for this? Like construct owl?
Mm-hmm.
Did you give it like? Can it make sounds?
Only.
Can I go?
I think it's just like a normal familiar. So yeah, it can act like how a normal familiar would.
Woo!
it wouldn't sound like that.
So it's a
Storm.
handicapped owl.
Storm, no! Make it so cute!
Storm, yes.
Storm! This is why it's familiar! This is why it's familiar! I have the choice in this!
You amused him.
Okay, that's cute. Okay, I like that one. This is so cool. He's my friend.
Well, maybe I'm not one to say all that much in the matter, since I am not in your head. But I don't know. If it were me, I think if I could ever gather the intellect to craft something like that, of course.
This is not even originally mine, so I don't really have the right to say that I've made it or that I'm the one who did anything. I just improved upon it, I guess. That's the most I really did.
That's what it looks like, by the way.
That's Yoku.
Aw.
He's a cutie. I fucking hate you. You can be mean to Shiori, but stop being mean to me, Aries.
Well, proving upon things are... Well, that's the only way advancements can be made. No idea is ever truly original.
I suppose, yeah.
All that matters is that you make it your own.
Shiori still doesn't look proud that she's made this, but she understands what you're saying, but she doesn't think it fits the context of what she's talking about.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else I can do or help you with?
Me? No.
Shinsetsu?
What?
Do you need anything else?
No.
Can I go to bed, please?
Yes, I'll leave you be. Good night.
Okay, I'm sorry. She bows her head and just waits a second just in case if either of you change your mind, and if you don't, she'll walk to bed and just kind of lay down and just... She lays in the fetal position, and she goes to bed. She has her sleeping bag wrapped around her entirely, as you can't see her. But she's definitely in the fetal position.
Just imagine this time Grumble's just now drinking with the old frickin' Smith in the right now. Agreeing that young people are idiots and everybody in this town's a moron.
Back in my day, younger people used to respect the elderly.
Oh, I know it's me, right? Everyone's just so disrespectful, these fucking idiots.
I know. And you said you were setting up.
Has begun.
You were setting up a business here in this country.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm a bit of a tavern owner myself, though I'm working with metal and stones, also in my blood, being a dwarf and all.
Yes. Perhaps we can establish trade connections once all of this over, all this demon nonsense.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's all about the finance and fortitude of a country.
Exactly.
Glad
that someone else understands.
Oh, indeed. You're probably the best person. I think you're the person I like the most since I've come to this country.
It's good to meet someone else who understands everything beyond all this nonsense that's going on these days.
Oh, indeed. Exactly. I don't know that. Just goes on and on. Grumble found his soulmate. Grumpy old
It's
man.
another
I
grumpy
hope
old
you-
man.
I hope you post this, Heath, so I can go back and see the absolute mental panic and just anxiety attack that Shiori had multiple times this night.
I mean, if you want me to post a video, all you gotta do is ask.
That's why I'm asking. I think it'd be funny.
Yep, I'll probably post it tomorrow then for you, Aries.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Alrighty, did anyone have anything else?
How much
Unless
does it
one
cost to spend hours at the equivalent of a bar,
To the bar?
the sake dinner, whatever you want to call it?
Fair enough.
much
Anything
would
you're
that
doing? You can chalk it up to like you're spending a whole night there.
Or most of it, yeah.
How much are you drinking?
I have an 18 con. I'm a massive fucking character, so probably a lot.
2 gold.
That's her.
Lot of fucking drinks. You're getting fucking blasted.
They will find me somewhere tomorrow.
I can't wait for the day you try to decide you want to outdrink the dwarf. And then you
The
realize
brothel.
dwarves have resistance to poison.
It'll be a fun day.
Then.
It'll be a fun day.
In the morning, Shinsetsu will go to the magic shop.
We'll probably do all that stuff next session. Were you just picking up the weapon? And
Yeah, I'm
giving,
giving her the items.
Yeah, we'll cover that all next session.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I feel so bad for Shiori.
It is 2 a.m. I've been awake since 7 o'clock, and I have D&D tomorrow, so I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I gotta get
Night.
going too.